this stuff is the biggest bitch, Gio. Like, I have a bunch of those diamond boxes, like the ones that
Yeah.
IST sends you,
Mm-hmm.
I get those from Torpedo and other comic book stores around town. They'll just give them to you. They'll just say, you can just go up to your comic book shop and go, hey, man, those boxes you get on Tuesday, I know you just throw them away. Can you just save them and I'll just come pick them up Tuesday night?
That's what I did the first time I moved.
But then, like, those diamond boxes only hold so much. Oops, sorry, Jess. They only hold so much. So I fit like 3, maybe 4 omnibuses in a box, depending on how massive and monstrous they are. So like you burn through those boxes a lot. Like it takes like 2 boxes per cube basically to pack, and then you get down to like your OHCs and like your trade paperbacks. My Marvel shelf is gone. That's all done.
And they're heavy too.
Stuff. Oh, dude, I have 1 box. Maybe I'll take a picture and show it to you guys. It's probably like a 4-foot box. No, I'm probably lying. Probably more like a 3-foot tall box. But I packed that thing full. I was like, I'm using this box. I'm almost done with this Marvel shelf. I'm gonna use this big ass box now. And there's all like
be right back.
Oversized hardcovers. It was all trade paperbacks, like the big, thick, complete collections, the smaller premieres. It's just that last box was a monster.
Those paperbacks, for me, were always the heaviest boxes to move.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're packing paperbacks that have newsprint, like old Vertigo paperbacks, those are a lot lighter. But if you're packing the like epic collections and complete collections where Marvel has like a 500-page paperback, a full box of those is killer.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like,
shit,
I hate omnibuses like bad.
I had no idea we were live.
We were on before you. We were on when you first got on, Jess. We were on. Me and Gio were just having a really nice conversation. I go, you know what? I'm just going to start the show, and we can just have this conversation on the show. And that's got into me talking about packing.
I was waiting to see if you would notice. That's why I kept clicking on the messages.
I didn't see.
But yeah, don't start collecting Omnis until you're into your forever house. Like just a pro tip.
That's like my wife right now. She's been saying like semi-seriously about like moving again, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
We're staying for a while.
Oh yeah.
No way, dude. I thought moving like short boxes and long boxes full of comics was sucky, but at least those things are already packed.
Yeah.
The packing and organizing, because you could put them in a diamond box, but there's still like you put it in the middle of a diamond box, and there's still a lot of like void space around the omnibus in the box. So I just said, fuck it. I just grabbed my manga and just used that as a padding around each one of the Omnis.
We got a new Jess in the chat. That's why I highlighted. I hadn't seen that before. The Jess Bragg who laughs. He's from the dark multiverse.
That's the dark.
That's becoming such a thing.
Death.
How many Jess accounts are there?
Probably like 10.
No, literally, there's probably like what, 5?
Something
I don't know
like
when
that,
they started, but I don't know who like any of these Jesses are.
I don't either. I only know Chad Omnidog.
So, anyways, hey Jess, you want to start the show for real?
Sure. Sure. Good evening and welcome to Omnibros Live on a Monday. Hall's previews and reads. I'm Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault, here with my co-hosts Ryley Mo, the omnibus collector himself. What up?
What's going on?
And a week in geekdom, the king of pop culture.
Oh shucks, no way.
You are. I'll tell people why.
Happy to be here. Excited to talk about comics and hang out with you fine folks.
And the lover of 90s comics, Babe the Gabe. How's it going, dude?
I'm awesome. Besides moving and the heavy sweating and the sore muscles and the pulled back, today's a great day.
Nice.
I'm not even moving yet. I'm just packing because my realtor said, hey, if you pack your collection, it makes the room look bigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so this is okay. I'm gonna have to pack this stuff anyway, so I might as well just start now.
When we moved from Austin, like when the realtor came through, she was like, "Oh, we'll just have to not have people go into that room." So my library wound up being the room that was like storage for all the stuff that we were trying to move from the other, like to make everything else look open.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, I guess when she's showing the house, she'd just be like, there's this room, but right now that's all storage. And I get so many, like, she would tell us like, yeah, someone else was really impressed by your books. Someone else was really impressed by your collection. I'm like, that's cool, but did they want to buy the freaking house?
And I believe this thing from Brooks where it said Brooks loves books. I had so many books. The axle of the truck moving our pod broke. I believe Brooks owns a lot of books. I fully believe that. I don't even think he's kidding. But you know where he got a lot of those books? StockTrades.com. That's right, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. At the end of every month, IST is kind enough to send us a gift card to give away to a lucky viewer like you. Over $50 in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. And some of these Omnis are extremely heavy, so that free shipping comes in handy. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's in StockTrades.com. Right on,
Nice.
man.
IST's awesome.
I haven't moved in 31 years.
Lucky bastard.
But before that, I moved like 12 times in 8 years. So I said when we got this house, this is it.
That's where I feel like we are, because I mean, you guys probably recall I've moved a lot before. Actually, when we started the show, I think I was in the house already in Austin. But before that, I had like 4 apartments. What up?
Hey.
What up? Comics Guy 101's Lou.
Hey, what's up, man?
Engaged, Lou.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yo, and I didn't even have to use the Mind Stone.
Very good. How did you pull that off?
I have no clue to this day.
Just on your food blog.
Apparently, yeah, no, I have no clue how that worked out. I still wonder that.
Good job punching your way up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by a lot.
Yeah. She wants you to cook for her. She knows what a good cook you are.
It's the bald, man. The bald gets love, bro.
Bald, hey,
gets love.
bald is in, man.
So
I don't
Ryley,
want to have to waste that.
Ryley, we were moving a lot.
What? Wait, what? Moving a lot?
You were moving a lot before you.
Oh,
Fine,
before the
settle
house,
down.
we had like
Thank
four apartments, and then we got into the house, and then we had a temporary apartment when we moved again between houses, and now we're in the house, and now my wife is already like, we're too far out from the city. I want to move closer. Blah blah blah. Please God, no.
I like the one that said, "Did you propose with a Green Lantern ring?" That would
You know what else is awesome? Speaking of awesome, Asian Johnny Depp in the chat. He's always an awesome guy. But let's take a look at his comment here. So last Tuesday at 12 p.m., I was working on a client and I told her I had to urinate just so I could order the DM War of Realms. Am I a bad person?
No.
Okay, I had to do my own business to get mine as well. So
Nice.
priorities.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think what I did was worse to get. What did I?
I've done that for eBay so many times before. Like I put a customer on hold or go take a leak or something and just check eBay because a bid was coming up.
I'm trying to think of the book that I held up my foursome on the golf course to order.
I think it was Power Rangers.
Oh, the Shattered Grid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, good memory. Yeah, Shattered Grid went up last year. I think it was.
That first
Everybody stop.
hardcover,
This thing.
that first Power Rangers hardcover was the first time that I ever experienced like the website slowing down. I remember being on a lunch break and I was sitting there like ordering all the stuff, and it was so slow. I was like, "Fuck, my lunch break's gonna be over by the time this goes through."
Oh yeah, I do it all the time in training classes. You know, put the training class on hold for a little bit on pause. Yeah, I'm gonna go do something real fast.
Hey, but maybe one of the people in the training class is also in the same boat, and they're like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah, oh, thanks for reminding me. Oh,
So,
Alright.
what do we want to talk about? Hauls or reads first before we get to previews?
let's
We
do
can do
Hall.
both
I
at the
think
same time.
I think
Hall
Riley
can-
kind of jumped the gun.
Oh,
Who jumped the gun?
yeah, I showed off one of the big ones already, but yeah, I can show my
Good, go for it.
even on the work trip, still got a haul.
Nice.
I don't know if everyone out there knows like why I'm in this random room. It's like, did Riley's wife kick him out already? Like, is that what's going on? But yeah, look at some of these newer books. I got the new Swamp Thing graphic novel.
Ooh.
I am looking to start this pretty soon while I'm in the hotel because my wife was with me the first week of my 2-week work excursion, and then she was like, "Yeah, I got to go home. I can't handle being stuck in this dark room all day." So she went home this weekend, and I have all the lonely free time to get this and many other things read. So that's at the top of my list since it's a smaller, shorter book.
Is that a young? What's the categorization on that? Is that
it is young adults.
young adults? Okay.
And it's under. I thought it was under the DC Inc., but it's not.
Okay. I need to get that. I might get that this week.
Yeah, twin branches. Twins Alec and Walker Holland have a reputation around town. One is quiet, and the other is the life of any party. Blah blah blah. Written by Maggie Stiefvater, the Raven Cycle series, and artist Morgan Beam. So yeah, it looks, flipping through some of the other young reader books, the ones that I know you've read all of, Jess, the art looks similar to that, what you'd expect from most of those.
Mhm.
Also, I'm guilty of having not read this for a long time, but finally I was like, all right, I got to order it from the guy and I got to give it a read finally. I'd only read the first issue before, but I finally read Dead End Kids.
Nice.
By Brent Gogol. I ordered the copy from him. He came up on Facebook one day and was like, anyone who hasn't ordered it, you might want to go ahead and order a copy. And I was like, I don't know if that's a hint because he's running out or what, but I was like, yeah, I had only read the first issue that he sent us as like a preview, like a review type thing. So I finally read that actually last night before I fell asleep. I've got the new Batman hardcover Night Out. This is the missing chunk of Chuck Dixon material that was not in the any of the other collected editions and stuff. So this is real nice for Batman collectors to finally have that material somewhere. This one was a big release. And that was the 11th hardcover of TMNT from IDW.
Right.
So we got TMNT Universe 16 through 19 and 21 through 23. And then 76 to 84 of the ongoing series and macro series Donatello. So some fun stuff in that volume, getting closer and closer to that 100th issue that we hit somewhat recently. And I think this week is the first issue of Last Ronin, right?
Yes, it is.
So that's going to be exciting. TMNT books are always good. This was a filler item, but I was like, I've got every other Batman oversized hardcover, so I should probably get this. So I finally got the number 1000 deluxe. I plan on getting the 1027 deluxe because that issue is actually really good. Had a lot of good short stories and stuff in it. I already showed the War of Realms Omni, I did go ahead and get the Dauterman cover on that. I thought I got the Adams cover, but I guess I didn't. I don't even know what I got now.
When's Detective 1027 coming out in a hardcover?
I don't know exactly when it comes out, but it should be pretty soon. And then the last one, Umbrella Academy, Volume 3, Hotel Oblivion. I read this in singles. Definitely not my favorite of the three, but I'm looking to reread it, and I haven't read any of them in so long that it warrants a reread in general. There's a new Gerard Way book that started up last week, actually. I had no idea until I was looking online right now, but he has a new True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys miniseries that started up at Dark Horse. So as far as reads go, I read, like I mentioned, Dead End Kids. I've been reading a lot of current manga on the Shonen Jump app, just keeping up with things. And then I have Nobu from Udon. This is one of the books they sent me to do a review of, and I feel bad because my reviews are delayed due to the trip. And I tried to film a video, and then I realized, like, it looks shitty in this room. I don't have any books behind me. I don't have my lighting. I don't have, like, the sound is crappy in here. And I don't even have the computer that has all of my, like, my intro, so I can't put my intro on the video and stuff. It's like, shit, I really messed up. So this was fun, though, so I can't wait to review that and give some thoughts, and hopefully I get some more reads in before my trip is over. But that's it.
Thank you to Bobby and Brooks, who say November 24th for Detective 1027. Thank you.
Yeah, I recommend that issue if you haven't read it. Had a lot of really good short stories. None of them are connected narratively to any of the ongoing titles, but there's a lot of awesome creators that come in there and tell a lot of awesome stories. Just tons of people. I did a video about it, so if you're curious about any specifics, go to my channel and check that out.
Cool, man. I definitely want to get it. I think I've been waiting for the hardcover to get. Like, you have the hardcover of 1000, right?
Yeah.
That looked really nice.
Yeah, and I think it comes with the number 1000 even has like an extra story that the original issue didn't have. Uncollected Batman stories by Robert Venditti and Alan Grant. So a couple of
extra stories?
2 extra ones in the number 1000 hardcover.
Okay.
Man, I've been seeing so many Batman hardcovers this past week that I don't have, like all these nice looking ones, all the like Harley Quinn related stuff that I know Jess has like 50 copies of. Mad Love, Harley and Ivy. There's a lot of cool stuff out there that I don't have. Like, man, this is not the time for me to be seeing all these hardcovers.
Sweet temptation.
I always have to have backups in case something goes wrong with my first copy.
And your other 48 copies.
Right. Lou, what did you read this week besides the tea leaves that said you proposed to your beloved?
Man, it's been I haven't been done this in a while, but I've been reading. I'll start with Department of Truth #1. That came out through Image Comics. There's been a lot of hype surrounding it. They've been marketing the hell out of this. I can't go on social media without them doing an ad. I will be honest. Up until probably the last 3 pages, I thought this was going to be a whiff on Image's part, but they really stuck the landing for me on the last 3 pages and really got me hooked. Basically, without giving it away, is that it starts off with this guy who he's collected by this government organization. And throughout the entire issue, you're seeing him go through all these different conspiracy theories that he has seen. And towards the end, and basically the entire issue, you're wondering, well, this is pretty cool, but what the hell does this really have to do with anything involving the story? They really kind of pull a fast one, and they kind of deliver in the last 3 pages of it to the point where, man, it really caught me off guard, and it's got a good hook. It did what it had to do. I'm in for the next few issues to see how it turns around. but I thought for real they kind of dropped the ball at the beginning of it. I wasn't sure where they were going to go. The art is very much like a scratchy style. I wouldn't even say it's like it's a lesser version of Alex Maleev, I think is what I would say. Great value Alex Maleev, sorry, is kind of what I would probably say. He's nothing against the artist. It's just I can see the style he was going for. It didn't do it for me. It was a bit too scratchy and too. I didn't care for it.
Who's the writer?
The writer on this is, hold on.
Who's Tinian?
Oh, Tinian?
Yeah.
Or Tynan, or
Tynan.
however he likes to say it.
Terrible.
Yeah, Tinian, yeah. It's Tinian. I don't know how to pronounce it. He's a solid writer. I've never read anything from his that I'm head over heels in love with. He was one of Scott Snyder's proteges back when he was kind of doing that. And he's done a few things here and there that are pretty solid, but unless I'm confusing him with somebody else. But this to me was the best thing probably that he's written. Well, the last 3 pages are. And it was, I think the best way for me to describe it, it was like watching a plane crashing and then he pulls it up at the very last minute where I'm like, oh, you landed it. You actually stuck the landing on this. Good job.
A lot of exposition for like the first however many pages.
And that to me is why it didn't really work, because I'm a person where it's show me, don't tell me. Like, basically don't hit me with 28 pages of exposition and then the last 2 pages it's like this is what we're really doing here. But the last page has got a good enough hook where I'm in for the foreseeable future for the next few issues of it.
I wonder if the next ones are going to be as like, because it's very dialogue and like text heavy, because it's basically just info dump.
Yeah, and if that's the case for the next few issues, I'm not gonna stick with this. That's just not my bag. I'm not gonna, if it's just exposition, and then like 1 or 2 pages of okay, this is what's going on, or this is how the story is actually gonna progress. It's just not my bag, and it's not gonna do it for me. And to be honest with you, I'm just gonna quickly drop off this book. But I will say I am intrigued, and the revelation of the final few pages is enough that okay. You got me hooked into it for at least the next 2 to 3 pages and kind of seeing where this is gonna go. But yeah, it's on the chopping block for me. The next thing I read, and this is a fucking crime that this is only gonna go 10 issues. Tom Taylor, man. Tom Taylor's doing Suicide Squad, and it is a hell of a fun run. That book is a blast, man, and I blame all you guys for never telling me what the fuck was going on in this book. Nobody's reading this damn book, and y'all need to get on Tom Taylor and Suicide Squad, because he is doing some of the most fun stuff that I've read in Suicide Squad in a long time. He really gets the characters, and at the beginning of the story, he doesn't waste time in killing off some of the most lamest characters. I think there's one that he's like, his ability is he's good with a sword, and they pretty much just blow his head off like in the first 3 pages of the book. It's a fun ride all the way through. Basically, Amanda Waller is done. She's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not running the Suicide Squad anymore. We got this new guy name. I think it's pronounced like Loke, something like that. And this guy is just an asshole. And basically it follows this new group of Suicide Squad members, which consist of Osita. I think is like one of the few Puerto Rican characters that we have in the DC universe at this point. And a few other members of Suicide Squad, like Harley Quinn is obviously going to be there because it's Harley Quinn and it's the Suicide Squad. So she's just like grandfathered into the group at this point.
Right on.
Deadshot, who it's kind of a different perspective on Deadshot. This is a Deadshot where he's fucking tired of this shit. He's like, I've been doing this for so damn long. I don't want to do this anymore. And he finds a new angle for this Task Force X, man. It's a blast all the way through. Characters like you would expect end up getting it and biting it left and right. Tom Taylor is a really solid writer for me, and this is probably one of my favorite things that he's writing. It's a shame nobody's reading this. I blame all of you, and it's only getting 10 issues before it's done. But it's going to be a nice collected edition once it's all done.
How many issues have you read so far?
6 issues in.
6. Okay.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Well, I'll read it as soon as it's collected.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
it's great. It's
been good all the way through.
it's great, man. It's gonna be a nice little hardcover if they decide to put it together. Then you don't need to know anything about Suicide Squad or anything like that beforehand.
Good luck collecting that.
Yeah, all right, DC. Yeah, we'll see if that comes around.
Yeah. So, but highly recommend anybody that's looking into getting the Suicide Squad because it's really popular right now with the film coming out by James Gunn and stuff. If you're looking for a great entry point, this is it. You don't need to know anything about the characters other than it's really fun.
Most of them are brand new characters too.
Huh?
Most of them are brand new characters.
Yeah. What's the there's one of the characters where he's super lazy, but his power is speed, and he just likes laying on the couch. He's got kind of a gut, and he's super fast at the same time. It's pretty cool.
There's also the like Atlantean twins.
Yeah, that doesn't play out how you'd expect that to play out in the first issue. Pretty quickly. Tom Taylor does not waste any time. The next book that I read was let me see, go down this list because I've been reading quite a few things. Thor number 8 by Donny Cates, man. I mean, what else is there to say? It's Donny Cates, it's Thor. If you haven't read it, you should be reading it. I really love Thor issue number 8. It was very much a nice, lighthearted break from all this stuff that we've been finding out and all the craziness that Donny Cates has been writing in Thor. This honestly kind of felt like a Thor. What was that Chris Somney one? I'm forgetting the name now. Thor.
Mighty Avenger.
This honestly felt like it could have been fit right into Thor, the Mighty Avenger. If you guys have read that Chris Somney story, this felt right at home with that. Great little break, and at the end of it, we see that an old kind of favorite Thor character is coming back. Can't really talk about almost anything in this book without kind of giving anything away. He has a nice dialogue with Tony Stark in this issue. They have kind of a good back and forth, which kind of just made me want, just give Donny Cates Iron Man. Please, just let him write Iron Man at this point. Because
give me everything Marvel.
Please, because he's doing a pretty good job right now. And the last thing I read was Venom 28. Again, Donny Cates, Venom 28, man. I am all in for the King in Black story that's coming in a few months. Give me all the Donny Cates. Give me all the Venom stories. Give me all that crap that's coming out. I'm going to be picking up every single one of those tie-ins. He is setting this up. A huge revelation involving a certain character in Venom 28, which, again, you guys are not monthly readers, so I can't even really talk about details on what's going on with Venom right now. But suffice to say, it's all good. It is all good. My Hero Academia is the last thing that I read now that I just remembered it. And yeah, continues to be really good. Continues to be really fun. The war arc is pretty much tying up right now. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this finally conclude.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, Lou, with you being digital, what do you think about the Marvel Comics Unlimited announcement?
Yeah. So for those of you, real quick, okay. Real quick, for those of you that don't know, Marvel Comics announced that the Marvel Unlimited app, before it used to be 6 months, and then you get the issue. Now the wait is cut in half, so you get 3 months, and then you get a new issue. So let's say Thor number 3 just came out. You get Thor number 1, or whatever it is. It's kind of what we've been saying, man. I think it's kind of it's like physical media. And, I love collecting physical media. I love Blu-ray disc, but that's going to phase out eventually. And I just think comic book stores are going to phase out eventually, as we know them. And I think this is kind of another nail in that coffin. I'm kind of curious as to how long they're going to go before they just go flat out. Okay, 1 month, same day and date. It comes out on Marvel Unlimited.
Do consider, I just thought about this because I know we were talking in the chat earlier and I said some other stuff, but consider the Shonen Jump app, and it's cheaper than Marvel Unlimited at what, $2-3 a month. You get same day access to new manga from the Shonen Jump Weekly plus Jump Plus and all these other things. And then they also wind up publishing the physical volumes, which not physical issues. They don't do single issues, of course, but the physical volumes of all those titles. And those all still sell remarkably well.
Mm-hmm.
So there is still that consideration. I know it's a different market, of course, but what we were talking about earlier in the chat was about, I asked and Gabe answered about non-comic sales at comic shops and how much percentage of sales goes towards that, because I was saying a lot of shops are going to probably, if not already, be pushing more for collectibles and merchandise and stuff like that, which a lot of the shops that I visit now, they've already done that. They already have an expanded action figure and statues and statuettes and pops, and then they have all of Jess's t-shirts on the walls and stuff like that. So these shops have already, they do all that, and there's, obviously a lot of people buy their paperbacks at shops and stuff like that. And those single issues are kind of more of like a boutique item, which is, the same as to say vinyl and stuff like that. Like, people still obviously collect a lot of vinyl. Jeff and Gabe, I know both of y'all collect a lot of those, but they're available. They're just not as openly popular and stuff. So I feel like that might be the direction we go to with single issues, is that they'll be available, but they're not going to be like everywhere. And there's not going to be as many of them in print because so many people are going to be just reading them digitally anyway.
I think for me, the single issue market is just going to go away. Collected editions aren't going anywhere, as we can see, because we've been experiencing people just buying shit like crazy lately, and the market just being flooded with new buyers. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
So I made a guess, and I think that this is very likely correct. I'm just going to put this out there. The reason we've been seeing this specifically at our sponsor's site is because when they announced, or they didn't announce, but whenever the whole thing with Lunar happened, it was free publicity. And all these people who'd never heard of DCBS or ISP before are reading these articles talking about Lunar, and it's like, oh, well, who's this company that is doing this? Because a lot of people, we know them, but a lot of people don't. And so all these new people start clicking through and start seeing, I can buy these books that I've been buying anyway for half the price or close to half the price. And the collector mentality, and we all have it, and everyone watching probably has it, is not, I can save money. The collector mentality is, I can get more with the same amount of money. So they're buying more than they typically would because they can get those things for cheaper. And that's why we're seeing everything sell out so quickly. It's not because they're buying less copies of books. It's because they bought what they thought they would need according to last year's sales. And now this year, those sales have just blown through the roof and they can't keep up. But as soon, because those books, especially the Omnis, you order those 6 months out. So 6 months out from when all of this started, from when Lunar dropped, would be basically December or January, sometime around there. So that's when we should start seeing everything kind of catch up. They're able to judge, how many, have a better idea of how many volumes of something that they should grab, which it's not an exact science, and you're never going to know for sure. And anyone who's worked at a shop like Gabe has, and Gabe and I talked back and forth about it, it's a lot of guesswork, and you're trying to assume what your audience is going to be because you don't want to have too little like they have had and have the issue where half of your people who are trying to buy it can't buy it. But you don't want to have too much and then just have things sitting around forever. So it's a delicate balance on how to buy those things. But the hope is going to be that starting by the end of the year, some of the books like Moon Knight and New Mutants and the X-Men reprints and stuff like that, they should be having more stock of, hopefully being able to keep up. And if it's still selling out like immediately, then that just means that they need to keep upping their stock. And that's a good problem for them, but an annoying problem for us, basically.
Well, everything's going. So Here's my quick take. Everything's going subscription based as we know it. I mean, Xbox is doing it, Netflix. That's really everybody's bang right now. Everybody's trying to get on that well. So for me, if let's say Marvel comes out tomorrow and says, "Yeah, we're going day and date digital Marvel Unlimited," you get pay $8 a month, you get the same comics. You walk into a store. I think stores, as far as single issues, are done. I think they will shift focus primarily to the digital market and paper issues. Single issues will be done. Collected editions will still be around, obviously, because the market for that is still blowing up. But I think single issues in stores, I don't see what would be the point, other than maybe to keep some of these smaller mom and pop shops open. If Marvel, like I said, if they decide $7 a month, you get day and date, same comics as you would walking into the store. I can't imagine myself being like, I'm putting myself in my shoes of like, okay, if I was a parent, am I going to pay $30-$40 to get a bunch of Marvel comics the same date at a store? Or am I going to pay $7 a month? Here's a tablet, kid. You can sit down and read everything that came out in Marvel. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Hey.
Super chat.
Super chat just in time for the untimely Omar.
Omar.
This is not untimely, Omar.
Says $5. Can you put this in a Lou fund to buy art for that lonely, creepy room?
So I think honestly that's I think, you know, we've discussed this a million fucking times. Comic shops aren't going anywhere. As comic shops as we know it are going to have to change and adapt, otherwise they're going to get shut down, and the future is digital, especially if they're going day and date digital with a subscription model. Yeah, that's just how I feel.
Omar, how you doing, buddy?
Better.
Yeah,
It's better. Yeah.
That's
So my
good.
wife said I could join for a few minutes, and then I gotta go back and read or something that doesn't require a bright screen until I go see the doctor tomorrow.
oh, it's the bright screen that affects it, huh?
Bright light. I'm like a mogwai. Mogwai.
Don't eat after midnight.
I try not to. How's it going, man? How are you all?
Doing good, buddy.
Good.
Hey, speaking of Lunar, did you guys see the announcement today about
About
Midtown
UC,
Comics no longer being the distributor? Yeah, you see,
Yeah.
yes.
Did I
So
see it?
Lunar is the sole distributor for DC. I mean, besides for like single
Penguin
issue
Random House.
comics and whatnot. Yeah, you're still Penguin for the trades, but comics in general, it's all 100% Lunar.
So I don't have a lot of
So-
information additional about that because I think there's still a lot of information that's not final about that. As you know, Rich Johnson he does what he does. But for anyone that's concerned, Lunar operates out of DCBS's Fort Wayne, Indiana warehouse, independently of the Memphis warehouse for in-stock trades. So this will not impact turnaround time on orders from in-stock trades.
I remember when we interviewed Cameron, he said one of the things that made them move down to Tennessee was the distance of the Diamond warehouse. So
Yeah,
will
it's
that
like
affect when they
10
get
miles
books?
away.
Right. Because before, I guess they could just send somebody to go, hey, go pick up books now instead of having them delivered. So I wonder if that will affect them since it's the distribution. And is DC still planning on doing same release day as the book market too?
I don't know.
Because I know that's what they've been trying to do for a while now. And I think what's going on over there is that they're trying to operate on a skeleton crew. And that makes sense with what they're doing with the book market and direct market.
Over there being where?
DC.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think moving everything to 3 different distributors. The Diamond still distributes their overseas stuff, correct? I don't think they're handing that over.
International is handling that.
Yeah.
So then it means that if all of this, if everything that Rich has said, if it all comes to light, if it's all fact, that Lunar would wind up being responsible for distribution across our great nation.
For now, until they change their mind. How did I hurt my foot? I
Super
didn't. It
chat
was my
Lionheart.
eye. Thank you for the super chat, brother.
Thank
hurt
you.
Back because it wasn't your foot.
He stepped on a waffle iron.
Apparently, my wife knows what I did. I can't remember. I think I tripped, maybe. Oh yeah, I was outside. Slipped, tripped. Oh, getting old sucks.
But you're feeling better, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
A lot better. Saturday, I was freaking the fuck out.
Aiku, no, the lunar switchover, if it does happen, it's going to be months in advance. So stores that use USC just have to make an account with lunar. No one's going to get screwed over, hopefully.
Hopefully.
It's going to be a lot of work switching the accounts and stuff. So all your comic shops got to get out there and get on top of that now.
The
All right.
other thing, though, that was in the same breath as that was about the minimum orders. From
I thought
DC.
about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, minimum
Well,
order of $500.
tied, but it's not related, but that was in the same article that dropped. Was they were like this and a minimum order of $500.
Honestly, I've worked at a comic book shop in downtown Frankfort, Kentucky, where I think we had like 50 folders. That's it at most, right? It was a little bitty shop. And I can remember even back then in the late 90s spending about, on DC products alone, about $350. This is before the big trade paperback boom. Not that a lot of shops do that, right? So I think it might be possible. I don't know. Right? I know Torpedo's a lot different because I'm sure $500 on DC material is not that big of a deal. But I was thinking about like, a small shop that only has about 30 people that pick up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What would you get to get a minimum of $500? But I don't know. It's not even profitable, right? If you're not getting $300 worth of stuff for customers, unless they're all Marvel.
Is that $500 a week? A weekly order?
Month, I think.
A month. Okay.
So it's going to affect those little shops that are like gaming shops or like trading card shops who also sell comics. Those will be the ones that'll be affected by it. Apparently, it's 12% of Diamond's accounts or DC's accounts don't order $500 or more.
Yeah. So here's a good question from Roger at 8:43.
How will they survive?
That one.
They don't. DC doesn't give a shit. I'm just gonna come out and say it. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about your mom and dad's store that sells comics, and it could be the medication I'm on, but they don't give a shit.
I mean,
they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about the people they let go. They don't give a shit about comics. They don't give a shit about, and I'm talking about the people that are making these decisions, not the people that put out the comics, not the people that create the stuff that we enjoy. I am talking about the people at WB and AT&T that don't give a shit about these things, because to them, they just want to cut this. They've been wanting to cut this off. And I know it was a rumor, and I know I'm fucking agreeing with Rich for once, but it's true. They don't give a shit.
The views and opinions of Omar, the views and opinions of Omar from Near Mint Condition do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the rest of the Omnibros Live. We love you, AT&T. Should you ever decide to sponsor this show, I, for one, welcome our new cable overlords.
They don't give a shit about AT&T either.
No, I think we all are in agreement with Omar. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we are.
It was a mistake from the beginning, and trying to stay positive through all this and trying to find this light that exists. Just it's not there. There's no releasing books on the same day as the book market is a big spit in the face to like a lot of these places, because it was a big deal, right? Oh, I got my comic before Amazon does. That's cool, because nobody wanted to order from Amazon, but now books are coming out. Like people that were looking for Spectre Omnibus, like Spectre was completely gone, but you could order it from Amazon. That's kind of crazy. I don't know. Maybe hopefully 2021 would be better.
I mean, 12% is what, a drop
We're
in the
just taking
bucket.
the precedence over the bigger accounts, and that's how it works.
Isn't
It's
so?
like,
It's
like half a percent.
It's a drop in the bucket for them, right? Overall, if they lose
Probably.
12%, it's like okay, whatever.
But I mean, they're in it for the movies, stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's what's profitable, right?
It's the Batman T-shirts and the Batman underwear. I'm sure a pack of Batman underwear make more money than any comic book that they're producing.
Yeah, I always quote what's his name? He's a artist that talks about how I can't remember who it is now, damn it. But it's the guy that tweeted that this was towards the beginning of this, that a Batman kite makes more money than any Batman comics in a whole year. So that's it. I mean it sucks because like there's we talk about these things that are affecting us, but there's people losing their jobs still that care about these things, that want to make products. They want to make a Fables omnibus, but doesn't matter because the people that run the show just are like, nah, give them a soft cover compendium. It's cheaper to make.
They need to have a coup of DC.
I still want my fucking Man of Steel omnibus. God damn it!
Maybe
I still
one
want my
day.
Burnside Batgirl omnibus.
That I don't think that's gonna happen. That one probably won't ever happen.
I want Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen omnibuses.
Greg Rucka
Where's
stuff?
our Lobo
and Fraction?
omnibus?
The fraction stuff.
No, 19.
Oh, you're talking the classic stuff.
I'm talking about the stuff that only I would buy. You only need to print one copy.
Where's my
Scooby-Doo
Scooby-Doo
yeah.
omnibus?
Nelson, that's that's David Gabriel's from Marvel. That's his most wanted omnibus. He told me I could have a New Warriors Volume 2 if I could make that happen. I was like, everybody at DC I know is getting fired, man. But who knows what will happen. Maybe we'll get a Future State omnibus.
Oh God.
Future State. I like that it's the not so 5G by a company that promotes 5G with AT&T.
Hey, but at least Future State, we have Ram V and Mike Perkins on Swamp Thing for a couple issues. That's going to be nice.
I'm digging the look of Brazilian Wonder Woman. Also,
She hot. She's hot. I'll be all over that, Jimmy Olsen. Look, you got a kindred spirit out in the chat.
There you go, Jess.
Really?
Ambush Bug omnibus.
Oh, Ambush Bug.
Ambush
Yes. It's Keith Giffen, man. I want the Road to No Man's Land omnibus, but if DC doesn't offer any Road to No Man's Land, this Road to No Man. What? All right, the drugs are kicking in. What? Hold on. This Road Story Stand. Oh, you mean if they don't offer a No Man's Land omnibus? No, I mean yes. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool story, but all the good stuff happens. It's like you're gonna end up with blue balls, and you're like, "What happened, DC? I need my No Man's Land. This Road to No Man's Land was a teaser." All the cool stuff happens in the No Man's Land stuff.
See, maybe they should have pulled a War of Kings like Marvel did and released all of them out of order. So they should have done No Man's Land.
That's right. They did War of Kings, and then they did Realm, and then did the Aftermath.
They did the Prelude.
They did the same thing. Marvel did the same thing with Wolverine by Aaron, didn't they? They did Wolverine and the X-Men, and then they did Jason Aaron 1, and then they did the finale, or the second one.
The first one, the third one, and then the middle one.
Yep.
But hey, if it works, it works. And now we're stuck with DC having a Road to...
Oh, you found some WAP gifts, huh? My man.
Somebody asked. Yes, sir.
I just got caught off guard with that one.
This is the best thing out of Future State. Gio, getting that Future State, new Aquaman and Aquagirl. Yes, please.
Do we know who the characters are? Or
Yeah, it's
we do. Cool.
Princess Andy and I forgot his name.
The one who's related to Black Manta.
Yeah. I forgot his name. Jesus. He was on Young Justice. What was his name?
Aqualad.
The new
Aqualad?
Aqualad is what I.
Yeah, I remember when he came out.
What, Candor?
People were calling him.
He appeared post on Brightest Day.
Did they ever announce who the new who the new Batman character is for a future state? Or are they still keeping that kind of hush hush?
Better be Grayson.
I think they're keeping that hush hush. Whoever the new Batman is, or whatever.
Isn't there two Batman? One
Dude,
of them.
I don't know. At this
One of them
point.
has short sleeves.
Yeah, one of them's like
pretty
Batman
ballsy.
during the summer, and then the other one is like Batman in the winter.
I'm pretty sure either one of them is going to be black or trans or something like that. Usually how
The
these things
rumor
go.
about 5G was that it was going to be
Luke, right?
Yeah, Luke.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's probably Luke.
Lucius
That makes the most sense.
And then the other one who's got the short sleeves and the beard.
That's me.
Yeah.
Super chat.
The new Batman
Thank
is
you.
Jeff. That's
Shout
what
out
it
to
is.
the Brazilian Wonder Woman, and they picked a nice name too.
Yep, she's pretty awesome. I like it.
That first cover has me intrigued. The one with Batman's utility belt wearing Green Lantern's ring around her neck. What's going on there? The immortal Wonder Woman? I am interested in that.
My fear is that this is going to be another Convergence, though.
Oh God.
Well,
Don't
no,
say
they're aren't they pausing on everything to do this? Like
Well,
X-Men
exactly.
Age of Apocalypse style?
That's why I'm worried that's because that's what happened with Convergence was
I didn't know, but they kept going with the ongoing monthly titles.
I don't think they did with every monthly title. I think they put a hold on a lot of them because that was the whole point. Was it was a Band-Aid event to cover when they were like moving or something like that.
I thought this was a big event, like for real. Like I'm serious. X-Men Age of Apocalypse, putting a pause on all monthly titles, and this is gonna be it.
They might as well just make every one of those characters Batman.
It's just, I mean, now you're describing Death Metal.
Shut up. No, I'm not, because those titles are still ongoing. Batman by Tom King never stopped.
Did it?
No,
Convergence was before Batman by Tom King.
man, quit messing with my head.
Batman by Tom King was Rebirth. Convergence was between.
You said death metal.
No, but then Lou said in a
God
sidebar.
bless, I can't keep up. There's too many people.
Louis said they might as well make everyone Batman, and I said now you're just describing death metal.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what? No.
Let me tell you something. I tried to start reading death metal today, and I just couldn't make heads or I have no fucking clue what's going on in that goddamn book, dude.
I told you, just let go. Just like I read 2 issues, and I was sitting there like trying to understand what the hell was going on. And then I got to like, by the time I got to the 3rd issue, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not even going to try. And now I'm enjoying every single piece of it.
Well, I haven't smoked weed in like 6 months at this point. So for me, this was the book where I was like, I should probably hit the pipe again just to try to understand what's going on.
To the left of Wonder Woman's thigh.
Which Wonder Woman?
The Brazilian Wonder Woman.
Is she the one in the foreground?
The fact that Ryley has to say this is exactly the problem with what's going on right now.
Are you talking about Red X?
Yeah, that's the kid from Teen Titans, right?
Yeah.
Jess, that's the Grim Reaper from Batman Year 2.
What?
It's Batman Year 2. You need to reread it again. You need to CGC all of Batman Year 2 because the Reaper's about to go up in price. And on that note, I'm getting out of here. Y'all be good. Love y'all.
Take care of yourself.
Always.
Take care, man.
Okay.
But it's got Swamp Thing in there, and that's all I care about.
Right. Gabe, did you haul and or read anything? I know you've been packing.
I've been packing a lot, but I did get some hauls in that I'll show you guys. I forgot we were still doing a show.
Yeah, I forgot we were still on hauls.
That's all right. I thought it was definitely a good tangent to go on.
All right, so like Ryley, I was able to pick up War Realms. I buy locally, so I don't have to wait for shipping like everybody else.
Well,
so
that's true.
I buy locally, so I get that extra kind of 1-ups on everybody. So War Realms Omnibus.
It's a big ass
Finishing
book.
off that. Yeah, I think it's a monster, dude. I don't know if you guys see like.
It's like
I think-
1,600 pages or something.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's the
Christ.
biggest Marvel omnibus they've done.
That has all the
It's a big
tie-ins,
book.
right?
It does.
Every-
And at first I wasn't going to get it because I have the Jason Aaron stuff, but it's all like not regular, but they're all oversized hardcovers for the most part.
Mm.
And I'm like, do I really want the omnibus and all that stuff? Because I haven't read it yet. And I'm like, well, I'm going to kind of have to. You start convincing yourself. You get into that kind of mindset where you're like, no, you need it because you have everything else for Jason Aaron's Thor. So I ended up just kind of talking myself into buying it. So I got that. One of my
Oh, sorry, man. Quick question. How is that organized? Is it organized chronologically? Is it organized where all the tie-ins are in one spot and then all the main event is in one spot? Do you know?
from my understanding, I haven't opened it yet or looked at it. From what I've seen and what people have said, it is all the tie-ins are in the back.
Oh,
So it's not
Okay.
exactly chronological.
The main-
Yeah, so it's the whole series and then it's all the back issues.
The main stuff, though, like the issues of Thor, are interspersed between the issues of War of Realms appropriately. So you get the main
Yeah.
story of Jason Aaron in the correct order, and then all of the other material, all the other tie-ins and stuff are scattered. They're not scattered, but they're all, one after the other in the back. Which for me, that's optimal because I don't really care about, while I'm reading the main event, and I know this because I read all of the tie-ins as they came out. I don't want to read the main event and then all of a sudden get caught off because Brian Hill wanted to talk about the Dark Elf realm or something like that.
No, I agree. I'm the same way. I like it this way. I prefer it this way. I am that person where they say they don't want to break up the flow of the story. I rather read the main series. And then if I care enough, I can read the ancillary stuff around it. I don't need to get every single issue.
Is the freaking, do they not have the King Thor main series in there? That's bullshit.
No, is it in a different hardcover or its own?
It's a trade paperback.
Right now. I sold all of my oversized hardcovers of Jason Aaron's Thor run under the precedence that I have complete confidence that those will get an omnibus edition.
Ooh,
Bold of you, sir.
bold move.
I dropped the
It is, 'cause
hammer.
that number one Jason Aaron hardcover that thing is a beast. That's $100 oversized hardcover, easy.
I have faith.
All right, and then also I've been scrounging up trying to fill in some stuff in my collection. Darkwing Duck,
Nice.
Darkwing Duck Volume
Nice.
2. Yeah, I love the Darkwing Duck comic books. They are the best. If you're a fan of the TV show, like I was, the art looks like you're watching an episode. The stories feel like you're watching an episode. The dialogue, the art, the coloring, the feel, the action, the storyline, the characters. It's perfect if you were ever a fan of Darkwing Duck as a kid. And this isn't kiddie stuff or anything like that. I mean, there's no like sexy stuff or anything like that. But it's not told down to you like a child. So they're fun stories. They're good to read. Oh, I love Gizmo Duck. That's one of my favorite
man.
characters.
Gizmo Dog was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah, I love Gizmo Duck. But yeah, great stuff. So again, these are getting hard to find. Like that second series of Darkwing Duck, you can't come around this stuff a lot. And also speaking of things that are a little hard to find, Geo like this.
Yeah.
Ooh,
My man. Nice.
How is that?
I really like the Mega Man series. I haven't read all of it yet. I got almost all the trades. This is the last one that they did. Archie lost the license in the series just abruptly. They just pulled the plug on Mega Man. They pulled the plug on Sonic. Just in the middle of nowhere. And this is the last of the trade paperback, last of the storyline. And that sucks. The one right after this was going to be the Mega Man X storyline.
Ooh.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, look at
This
that.
is
Dawn
one
of
where
X.
Yeah. Dawn of X. Yes, that's awesome. It does say Dawn of X. All right.
Marvel saw that
Yeah,
like
this is another one. Like just the art's great. It's cartoony art, but it fits with the feel of the Mega Man series. You get Wily, you get all the monster bots, all the you get Proto Man in here, all kinds of great stuff, and it's a good series. I think it follows the order of the video games as well, but there's a lot. They have
Oh wow.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5. This is 8. I need to get 6 and 7. 6 and 7 I can
Nice.
find. 8 I couldn't find. I had to hunt it down off of eBay. And then also what's really cool. This isn't me like bragging or anything like that. I just want to show some appreciation for these Mega Man books. Who I think it's only really me and Gio that's ever really talked about Mega Man. But they do this crossover event called Worlds Collide with Sonic. This is great stuff too, and this is a big, crazy omnibus or a big, thick trade paperback omni, and these are hard to find now. I was buying these because I love the series. I was reading this stuff from like the get-go, the Sonic the Hedgehog and the Mega Man stuff.
Yeah.
And then it just abruptly stopped, and then they pulled the plug on the trade paperbacks. They pulled the plug on the comics. So these things are just like dissipated. Like you have to hunt these things down, but it's great. It's video game stuff. The art in it's really, really fun and follows the characters. It's great. So
That's
I do
easily
suggest
$100 trade.
yeah, is it? Jeez, I might sell this thing. $100 is $100.
It's expensive. I haven't been able to find it because everybody's asking way too much for it.
And this is the variant too. This is they did 2 different covers. This is the direct market variant.
How's the new series? I've heard the new series isn't terrible either.
I got that first issue and it was cool.
Okay.
The art in it's great. Man art like this where it really kind of looks like the characters. The art in that one's kind of sketchy and more kind of futuristic, but it's fun. It's and that's what you want out of those kinds of books. It's just fun. But yeah, I really suggest go out if you want to hunt some fun stuff and be on a hunt for something a little difficult, but it's kind of worth the hunt for something new. Mega Man. Check out the Archie Mega Man stuff.
Somebody asked on eBay. Somebody's asking $500 for that trade.
There you go, Gabe. That's a PS4, a PS5.
Sold.
Rest in peace, Mega Man. There you go.
Man, yep. $500. I'll take $450.
I'll give you about
That's it for me. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, man. All right. Yeah, that's it for me, guys. So
I think I got a 10 spot on me.
Ooh.
How about you, Gio? Hauls?
I haven't hauled anything, but I'm asking my subscribers on my YouTube channel for what they want to see me review, and everybody voted in the month of October for me to do a video on Urasawa's Pluto. So I'm rereading this for like the 3rd time to make a full review on it because I've never reviewed it for YouTube. And I finished Fables book 8, so now I'm on book 9.
Nice.
On that. So Ryley will appreciate this. I made a video on Gravity Boys talking about the series and first impressions and all that stuff. And that's all I've read.
So Gio, about Pluto. A viewer of the show sent me the entire series of Pluto.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I still really want to. Just been busy with everything else going on, other things to read. And I'm packing everything, but I'm not moving yet. It won't be for a long, long time. Like, we haven't sold the house or bought a house or anything like that. So it's going to be a while. So I still want some stuff to read, but I still want to pack up everything I can. One of the things I left, I don't know if you can see it there, but that's my Pluto stuff. So I'm going to try and read that.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and read that stuff as I'm, so I have something to read and talk about in the show. So I'll be packing, but I'm going to be reading that. So Pluto. Awesome, dude. What a good coincidence.
Pluto is brilliant. Love Pluto.
Yeah, I hauled just a little bit, and I mean a little bit. The first thing I got from GameStop, Cowboy Bebop, Flocked Ein, and an Ed and Ein t-shirt.
I'm so jealous.
I haven't taken it out of the box yet because I'm still in love with the box.
That's a great box. Yep.
I wouldn't want to damage the box either.
I know. I'm just really in love with this box. Just knowing that there's a Flock 9 in there and an Ed 9 t-shirt. I'm leaving it like a trophy. I got Six Gun Gorilla by Cy Spurrier. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And then Taylor Brown and I have been talking a lot about Garth Ennis and his war stories. So I wanted to finish getting those. I got volume 4 of War Stories. Ennis wrote a book, The String Bags, some war kind of story. And volume 1 and 2 from Aftershock. These are big, out of the blue. Let's see what these look like. Out of the blue with art by Mr. Burns.
The Aftershock books are a lot larger than I thought they were.
Yeah.
I saw some physically and I was like, what the hell?
Art is really cool in these Garth Ennis books.
That doesn't look like it has a lack of morals, though.
It's so odd that Garth Ennis is known for being a really great writer of war books and of smut.
Probably one of the best, if not the best, war comic writers that we've ever had.
I agree.
Yeah, it's crazy that those are the two things that he's known from on the spectrum of comic book genres.
I don't know what's going on, but there's a bunch of people with messed up faces in this book. So
I don't spoiled yourself.
What's that?
You spoiled yourself.
Yeah. Shoot. Volume 2 too. Darn it.
You'll forget it by the time you get to it.
That's true. That's what I hold.
Nice.
Nice.
Those war books remind me of the 1945 video games. Shoot 'em ups.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I gotta bow out because I've been up since about 4:30 this morning, so I'm out of here.
All right. Take a nap.
Well,
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Nice to see you all. You can find me at
Bye.
ComicsGuide11 on Twitter and on YouTube for my archive of old videos. And I will talk to you later. Bye.
Take care,
All right, man,
Dave.
good night.
Take care.
Out of the blue, Joe Chip. Books 1 and 2.
I found this peanut butter or cookie butter. at
Oh
the grocery
man, don't
store.
show me that. My weakness, my kryptonite.
It's like these cookies, this Biscoff cookies or whatever, were served on the airplane when I went to Disney World last summer, I think it was. And my niece is obsessed with the cookies. Like my brother-in-law bought her a box of them, and I went to the store because I wanted to buy some stuff to make sandwiches, and I saw this and I was like, I'm buying that. And yeah, it's some good shit.
I have no idea what any of that is.
Can you eat it just straight out of the jar, or do you spread it on something?
I have been using it. But yeah, you can put it on toast. I bought some jam also so I could eat it toast with
Is it
jam.
peanut butter?
No, it's cookie butter.
I don't know what that means.
It's like cookies, and then they butterize it. I heard the ice cream is good too. I did not see it at the store though, but I also did not go to the ice cream section, so it may well be over there.
You're gonna have to
But
hunt it
I
down.
mean, it's got a bunch of random chemicals and shit in there, and also the cookies, and like I don't know, it's mostly chemicals. So I don't know. You just like grind up the cookies and pour some water in there, and it makes a paste, I guess. Put some oil, probably some like vegetable oil or something.
Why hasn't Oreo done that yet? I would eat that thing with a shovel.
Oh my god, I can even imagine. Like it would look
Yes.
like the peanut butter and jelly, like in the
Yeah,
same
it was like swirled
were
around.
stripes.
Yeah.
and stuff. They could have like a stripe of the cream, a stripe of the cookie. Holy shit! Let's just make an off-brand.
Let's just do it. I got water. Let's
Omnibros.
supply the water. If you get the Oreos, and we'll just make it happen. We'll just blend it like a milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh my
Use
God,
well,
that
you
sounds
can't
amazing.
use any cream because it can't be. You want it to have a shelf life, so it'd have to be some sort of oil, like canola oil or something.
Shelf life. I'm gonna eat all of it. It won't be on the shelf.
Omar, Birthright Deluxe coming out anytime soon. No, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Birthright.
Joshua Williamson hasn't had any of his titles go deluxe, and at Image, it's a lot of it's up to the creators and what they decide. So it doesn't seem like he is
I don't
really
think he
wanting to
cares.
do that.
Why break up the perfect record of no hardcovers with one hardcover now? So makes no sense. It'll just say trade paperback. By the way, Volume 9 is out of stock at IST, and I didn't grab it, so I'm a little bit disappointed in myself.
Oh, Birthright?
Yep.
Damn, I'm sure it'll be back.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Accidentally unlisted a lot of stuff.
Is this the strangest Omnibros live?
No.
You weren't here for the Pop-Tarts episode.
Pop-Tarts.
Oh my God, I should put this on
The
a Pop-Tart.
dew bombs. It's been a while
Dew
since we've
bombs.
done something like that. I mean, that's something silly.
Yeah. Aiku wants to know what I read. Okay, Aiku. I read volume 1 and 2 of Cy Spurrier's Extermination,
what's
which
that?
was great. Aliens invade the planet Earth, and a hero and villain team up to take on some of the most creative aliens I've ever seen. I loved this book. And I'm going to be doing a review on all the books I read this week tomorrow. And there's tons of twists and turns in this. What the aliens are harvesting, what they're doing with the harvest, how the superhero and villain get along and don't get along, and the ending is killer. It is such a great ending. I can't describe what it is, or else it'll spoil it, but it is so great. This is a really good book. I really highly recommend it. Here's another book I highly recommend, Savage Avengers. I loved both issues, and I read Avengers No Road Home first, which tells you how Conan got into the Marvel universe. This is great, and these are excellent fun. I love them. And one of my books of the year is going to be Sonata, Volume 2. There is a planet where two competing races have put down roots. One's a warlike race and the other is a peaceful race. There's already a race living there who befriends the peaceful race. It's sort of steampunky. You get airships and you fly on these giant birds. It's amazing fantasy. Omar Reyes, you need to read this. It deals with all kinds of spatial travel, and the two children of the leaders of each clan sort of have feelings for each other, like a Romeo and Juliet thing. But the action and there's living gods that are asleep, and if you disturb them, they wake up and they can create havoc if you don't wake them up in the right way. This is one of the best fantasy books I've ever read. I loved this. It's by David Hine and Brian Haberlin, and art is by Brian Haberlin. And the art, I think, is excellent. I really liked it. And there's the warlike people can't be trusted, and they always break all kinds of pacts with the peaceful people. But then the tribesmen that live on the land have secrets of their own, secret technology. They act like they're just sort of dumb tribesmen, but they have all kinds of secret technology that works. I loved Sonata. This is volume 2. Volume 1 is also great. I read volumes 5 and 6 of Lady Mechanica, one of my favorites characters ever. And these are just as good as ever. Lady Mechanica, kind of a private investigator, steampunk Victorian England. She's part machine, part human, and she is solving crimes, and she kicks ass and gets her ass kicked, and it's all kinds of fun, and I love it. And I started out with the Old Guard Volume 2, which was great. And if you read Old Guard Volume 1, I think I loved Old Guard Volume 1. I think I like this a little bit more even than Volume 1. And I loved Volume 1. This is great stuff by Greg Rucka, the Old Guard, and I also recommend the movie Old Guard. And that is what I read.
Nice.
All right.
So there are at least a few new books coming out this week, right?
Yeah.
The previews.
Let's do the previews.
I know Giant Days 99 is coming out or whatever. I want to get that.
Light weeks are exciting. You don't have to worry about how many hundreds of dollars I am tempted to spend on stuff.
Right.
All right, everybody, let's go ahead and let's take a look through this week's releases. As always, these will go up on our sponsor's website, InStockTrades.com, tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. So let's take a look. All right, Image Comics this week. We got Family Tree, trade paperback volume 2. And then we also got November hardcover volume 3.
I will be getting both of those.
I have no idea what any of these are. I know
Family Trees by Jeff Lemire, where this family starts turning into trees.
Oh, and Phil Hester? How come no one's told me about this book?
It's really good. And then
It
November that Lou super baited me on, and I have 1 and 2, so I might as well get 3.
Is that Matt
I think it's a
Fraction?
missed opportunity to release that book in November. Just saying, because it's October.
Is
Moving
Matt
on.
Fraction the writer of that?
Yeah, I think so.
Pass.
Yeah.
Pass.
Well, Lou liked it, and he's a hard person to please when it comes to that little fraction dynasty there.
Good old Kelly Sue. All right,
Yeah.
Dark Horse this week. What is Avatar: Last Airbender Search Omnibus trade paperback, and Disney's Pixar's Nemo Dory Story movie comics hardcover. Mass Effect.
Nice.
Complete comics trade paperback. And
I actually have that in
Minecraft-
singles.
Do they?
Yeah.
All right. I minimized it a little bit because that was really too big. All right. And then Minecraft trade paperback volume 2, Papaya Salad graphic novel hardcover. I hate papayas. I don't want to stop the show to mention this, but papayas is the worst.
Oh, papayas are so good.
Oh,
I'm with Gabe.
oh my god! I don't want to tell you on air what I think it tastes like,
Okay.
but it's bad. Like,
Don't ruin it for me. I love them.
oh man.
I'm indifferent.
Starship
I
Down
don't
trade
know.
paperback. And Stephen McCraney's Space Boy. I don't know.
Is Starship Down like a space version of Watership Down?
Ooh, the space rabbit.
Or Black
Lucky
Hawk
one there.
Down. IDW this week. Home Time hardcover volume 2. Beyond the Weaving. That's a cool just cover. I love the way that the title's all kind of beat up in there. And Pearl Jam Art of Duty Evolution hardcover.
That's interesting. I
Is
never
this-
would have imagined they'd release a hardcover of that.
This is Pro Jam, like the band.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just
Oh,
like
okay. I see what
examining
you're
the
talking
music
about.
video.
Right. Okay, that's cool. That's right. That's that Todd McFarlane video. All right.
Yep.
Where it looks like it looks just like the art. It looks just like the Spawn cartoon from HBO at the time.
Give me a hardcover with the art from that Korn music video, though.
Oh, that'd be great.
Freak on a
Freak
Leash?
on a Leash. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one where the bullet, like, isn't that one?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, DC Comics this week. This is just the first part. I'll go over to UCS at the end of this as well. There's a couple more things from DC coming out this week. But the big one this week, the really only hitter on the staff today is Absolute Swamp Thing Volume 2.
That is going to be next week on IST, though.
Oh, to get into next week?
Oh, it's not this week?
Yeah, I have been told that it's for next week.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is that the first volume reprint?
I think that's the cover for the second one, or
Wait,
the inner
now-
cover or something.
No, I'm confused because that's the cover for the second one.
Yeah, no, but the actual cover for the second one is the red-looking, angry Swamp Thing, but inside
right.
it has that image.
This is the actual book cover, not the slipcase
Yeah.
cover. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't see it on IST's releases for this week.
Yeah, it should be next week because I know they're anticipating this week being a catch up for them, and then like as far as processing orders, without so many coming in, then next week they're aware of that, and then I think She-Hulk might be in the same week, and I think there's one other big one. So it's they have a down week and then a really busy one. So I just wanted to say that so people are not logging in tomorrow at 2:00, like clicking refresh, like where the hell is my Swamp Thing?
Or Swamp Thing sell out already? Swamp Thing sold
Good
out
thing
already?
to know.
Yeah.
Good thing to know.
30 seconds later, it's already gone.
Yeah. DC graphic novels for kids box set. And then Marvel this week, we got the Hellstrom trade paperback Prince of Lies. And a trade paperback for Justin.
No, sorry. I'll be getting that based on his appearance in Savage Avengers. He was great in Savage Avengers, and his character was awesome. So I want to read more about him.
And then we also got Silver Surfer Black.
Nice.
Boom this week, Giant Days trade paperback volume 14. Wow, I didn't know it was going for that long. And then Sacrifice to Darkness hardcover.
I will be getting Giant Days. There's
You have
T-Lar Blunt.
Do you have all 14 trades of this, Jeff?
T-Lar Blunt is in the chat. Yep. I do. I have 13 of them.
He will have 14.
You will soon.
I will.
I only have like the first 4, but I would like to own it eventually.
All right, and then here's the comic book ephemera, all the kind of other side of things. I do just this Angela Del Morte, just for the cover alone. I want to check this book out.
That's a pretty boss cover.
Yeah, I think it's
Mhm.
awesome.
Is that a monkey?
Yeah.
That's a monkey in an astronaut suit, Gio.
I'm sold already.
I want it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is like why the last woman.
The sequel you didn't ask for, but here it is. Angela Della Morte.
Is this a manga or is it a Western
No.
comic?
It's a regular comic.
It's a regular, yeah.
I might get this.
Oh, okay. So the artist is the writer, and it's his cover art as well. So the inside art, I'm assuming, looks like this.
This is
Ooh.
cool.
Who
Interesting.
publishes this?
Red 5 Comics.
Red 5. And who's the writer?
Salvador Sands. Sounds made up.
Yep. Never heard of it.
Creature feeds with the substance of which the soul is made. It is the most dangerous predator in this new ecosystem, and its name is Death.
Oh yeah.
And her last name is Delamorte.
Nice, nice. I hope that the monkey turns out to be like the protagonist or something. That'd be pretty awesome.
I think
I
that
don't know.
the monkey's name is Death.
And yeah, that'd be cool.
I think the monkey is sus, and we need to vote monkey out.
Capable of separate soul from body.
Can you open that image, Gabe, so we can see the monkey?
I think the monkey is the soul.
See, if that was a poster, I would put that on my wall. That's a gorgeous cover. That's so cool. And
I
even
don't
those
think I'm
little
as
robot
sold
down
on
here,
it.
that robot's cool.
I'm not as sold on this as you guys are, but I'm definitely curious enough to check it out. Like, flip through it if I see a copy.
That was unexpected. That's cool.
Yeah, is that on the IST list? Angela de la Muerte? No.
Dang it.
Maybe next week.
Or write a strongly worded email to Cameron.
What? Where am I gonna? I better write it down then. Angela de la Muerte.
I just super baited everybody on accident.
Yeah,
You are such a masturbator, man.
you really are.
Yeah, you don't even know. 5 times a day.
I mean, you got everyone on the freaking Mega Man and now on Angela de la Muerte.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be hitting up their Amazons and eBays looking for that book. We're going to see Angela de la Muerte Volume 1 go for like $70. This writer, who it's probably one of their first books, they're going to be like, what the fuck just happened here? They're going to get a deal with Marvel next. They're going to start writing Hitmonkey.
This is going to become a movie because of us.
We're never going to know either. Like, they're just going to sit there like, what happened? This just... No one pre-ordered it, and all of a sudden it sold out.
According to Amazon, that book is scheduled for July 2021.
What?
What?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Hype train derailed.
This is a crap of shit on.
I am heartbroken. I was all pumped.
Someone needs to message the author.
Oh man.
Wait, if it doesn't come out till July, that gives us time to try and have them on our show, and then they can talk about it themselves.
That'd be great.
Gio, make that happen.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Are all
Anyway,
these things coming out in July?
It's
These, Baby Blues, Barbarella, are these July books?
Hold up. Give me a second. If I do this, guys, give me a second. Can you see my... What do you see on my screen?
the same.
Angela Del Morte.
All right, cool.
Now we can't
I'm
see
just going to
anything.
stop it real fast. I'm gonna look it up in Diamond and see what the release date is for that thing.
Invite the monkey. That'd be awesome.
Gabe flexing that he still has diamond access.
Marcelo asks, Gabe, are you still getting into manga?
Yes. Yeah, I'm after that Blade of the Immortal hardcover. Like I said, I kept my Pluto mangas because that's what I'm going to read now that I'm packing everything up. I wanted to set aside a little bit of a reading project during this whole situation because I probably won't be buying much because I'm going to buy it and get it from IST in a box and just put it with the rest of the boxes and move it. But yeah, I'm going to see what else is coming out. But yeah, I'm still in manga's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really just the best entry point. I see why it's so popular. If I was, 8 years old, I'd be reading nothing but manga. Like it's so much more adaptive for everybody.
Torpedo need to change that password.
Shut up, Gio.
It's okay.
Paul,
We'll have someone else with access.
how's Doro Hedoro? Been thinking of checking it out. It is amazing, and you need to check it out. You will not be disappointed.
It was in my top 10 completed manga video that I put out not long ago. I still need to do ongoing though. Okay, what happened from is it coming out? I completely spaced. I was just making jokes.
Wait,
I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, okay.
It is. Nope, it's coming out this week according to Diamond 10/21.
So Red 5 is doing like the opposite of DC, and instead of doing things to Amazon first, they're delaying it by 6 months for Amazon.
Yeah, suck at Amazon.
And it's already low in stock through Diamond.
Oh,
Diamond,
just right now. Someone was watching and was like, "I need to order more copies for my store."
Damn it!
Gosh, guys, y'all gotta jump on it.
Professor Flex, how far past the anime does the Dorohedoro manga go? The anime covers 7.5 volumes of the manga. If you're
So we
interested,
should see what, like 3 seasons?
one season. They've only done one season so far. 12 to 13 episodes.
But we should expect like 3 total.
Oh yeah. Like 3 seasons. Yeah, that's about right.
Baby Blues Connection, Barbarella Blood, Chobits, Volume 2.
Oh, too bad Lou's not here for the Chris Ware monograph HC.
Oh
I
man,
forgot he left.
Well, there's G.G. Allen by Reed Chancellor.
everybody
We
get that.
interviewed him
Okay.
for Sunday Omnibros.
That was a great book.
Got to get us a shout out for a community member.
Yeah, it is a great book about a heinous individual.
Yep. That dude was messed up.
Yeah, he was.
Hey, Invader Zim.
Yeah.
Hardcover deluxe edition.
The only book this week that I have my eye on is that hardcover Invader Zim.
I have the first 2. I need to get 3.
I have the 3, but I've only read like the first few issues.
It's great if you're a fan of the show. It's just like
Mhm.
the show.
It's an R.L. Stein comic. Mrs. Tree.
No, mystery.
Oh, I saw an R in there. Sorry, she's not married yet.
No.
She's single, guys.
No, she's divorced. That's what the MS one.
They had a falling out.
Ms. Tree.
Oh, get it? Mystery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If she ever gets married, she's gonna really ruin that cool sounding name.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Persona.
Smooth City.
All that manga stuff, we're going to cover it next week on the solicits. So stay tuned for that.
I don't, on IST's releases, I don't see anything about Swamp Thing 1 or 2 this week.
Yeah, because they should be next week. I think next week is both Swamp Thing Omnis.
Okay.
Peter David Hulk number 2 might be out, and She-Hulk as well.
Okay. So
And I asked because I know a lot of people pointed out that She-Hulk by Dan Slott is do definitely ask for that. I asked about it because it's been discounted to 60% off on like a lot of different places, but I don't believe that. I don't know why. I don't know. Like I thought there was something in common, but I asked, and IST's not going to have it at that discount, as far as I've been told.
Man, big Hulk week.
Every
Big
week,
Hulk?
every week should be a big Hulk week.
Yes, sir.
I think Immortal Hulk hardcover 2 went back in stock from what I saw on the Facebook group.
oh, that's good.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's going to go back in stock, like in the next couple days.
Yeah, next week's gonna be a good week. So save your money for next week.
Yeah.
Do you
Next
have the UCS list?
Oh yeah, we got to do
Yeah.
that part. I forgot.
Because there are a
Yeah.
couple DC books coming out that weren't mentioned on previews.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I totally forgot. having to go to two different sites. I forgot. All right. There we go. Here's the rest of the DC stuff, guys.
Yay. Previews, part 2.
Yep. Batman trade paperback volume 1. You guys were talking about James Tynion earlier. Here's I think it's the start of his run right after Tom King.
Yep.
Giving it a hardcover. Okay. Wait, Tom King hasn't finished though yet, right?
Tom King got pushed off the book at like 84 or something like that, and his run is wrapping up instead in the Batman Catwoman 12-issue maxi series.
Right.
I'm definitely in that book though.
Hasn't been collected and released. The final Tom King thing hasn't been.
The final like paperback has, but
not the
and also I think there's a City of Bane complete collection that's coming out, but they haven't announced a final oversized hardcover.
I better get this anyway. Although I won't read it yet.
You could if you wanted. I don't think that there's a lot that's really dragging it into his stuff. But if I'm being honest, like many people, I loved Tynion's Detective, the team book. It was so good, but his Batman is just a little lackluster in comparison. It seems like he's making it more of a vehicle for his introductions of a lot of his own characters, especially when it gets to the Joker War storyline. It's like he's just throwing in his own characters in every issue, and then by the end of Joker War, he's like, hope you're interested in these characters because they're going to get their own minis and their own one-shots and their own shit, so you better care.
Yeah.
Speaking about caring, Ryley, are you going to get the Batman Catwoman series?
Yes.
Yes, because Mask of the Phantasm?
Yes, double yes.
All right. That's the only reason I care about that book. They had me at Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, when they first teased that, I was like, show wing.
So we talked about the DC graphic novels box set. Here's the one that Jess has all the singles of. The young adult box set, volume 1.
Cool.
And something super important, and I'm glad Gio reminded us about it. Fables Compendium, volume 1. This was supposed to be that absolute omnibus book.
Yeah.
At one point, and we all kind of ragged on it for a while, and they canceled it.
If you're bold enough and you're upset that you don't have an omnibus, get that and then custom bind it into an omnibus at your own expense. And there you go.
It's worth it. Read this book in any format you can. Some of the hardcovers are falling out of print. I think 1 or 2 of them are like $100+ hardcovers already. Just read the series. This thing is fantastic. It took me. I say it a lot on the show because one of my favorite comic book stories is about myself. The first trade paperback was kind of cool. The first story, but then when they get to Animal Farm, that's the second trade that hooked me into this book for life. So give it to the second storyline, but it's going to be fantastic.
And what does this have, like 50 issues in it or something like that?
I think 60 issues.
41 through
41 issues.
Fable Last Castle.
And the graphic novel.
Nights.
I was going to say 60 issues as a fat bitch. It's like 45.
She's thick.
My wife would say she a big bitch.
Right.
That should have been an omnibus at 41 issues. Come on.
Yeah. It would have been great as an omnibus, but not, an omnibus absolute with the slipcase.
I want to get my hardcovers and custom bind those into my own Omnis.
Omar Reyes' Vision by Tom King is awesome. Some people like Mr. Miracle better. I like them both equally as much. I loved them both, but Vision is awesome. If you liked Mr. Miracle, you will like Vision.
I think Vision is his tip-top work so far.
Yeah.
I really like the outside the superhero stuff. Sheriff of Babylon is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we got a JSA by Jeff Johns, book 4, trade paperback, and Young Justice book 5 to Peter Young Justice.
Compendiums are not oversized; they are standard size.
Yeah, Chris, you know what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Ryan too. Make it 6 books. Yeah. They're your books, so don't worry about any copyright nonsense. You do whatever you want to do with those books.
And speaking of books, where you can get some of these books is our fabulous sponsor, InStockTrades.com, also known as IST, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. At the end of every month, IST is kind enough to give us a gift card worth $50 that is available to any viewer from around the world that enters the contest. $50 to InStockTrades.com gift card. If you order $50 or more worth of books in an order, you get free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Paul Baker asks, how many pages was the Fables Compendium?
Too many.
1,184.
Yeah.
It's comparable to like the like Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead ones, yeah.
Yeah, or like Invincible. It's going to be the same type of look and volume as that, except it's going to be Fables instead of The Walking Dead.
This is unrelated to Fables, but I wanted to highlight it anyways. Gio, a few months ago, you recommended The Tourist. It's on Xbox Game Pass, and I'll be starting it soon. That is awesome. I love that game so much. It's so charming and unique and very indie in nature that you got to check it out. It's awesome. Go ahead. Keep going. Ryley, should Red Goblin, Red Death have been included in the Absolute Carnage Omnibus? I was hoping it would be, so I wouldn't have to buy ASM Nick Spencer Volume 6.
Red Goblin, Red Death. Was that a one-shot? I don't remember exactly what that is. The only thing that I'm aware of that should have been in the Omnibus that's not is that, what is it, Venom Unleashed, Web of Carnage, or whatever it was called. That issue should have been in there. But I don't think the Red Goblin, Red Death issue.
Yeah, he says it's a one-shot.
I don't think so. I'm double checking because it's been a while.
That's right, guys. This Saturday, for our Patreons, our $5 Patreon tier folks. Thank you, Joe Goose. The campfire is this Saturday, the 24th, at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I honestly don't remember reading this issue, and if I'm saying that, I'm going to say that it's likely that no, it was not important to Absolute Carnage in any way, shape, or form. I think it just gives you a little bit of like background stuff about him as the Red Goblin. So yeah, don't worry about that. Worry about the other issue I was talking about.
The Venom Unleashed?
Yeah, I had that conversation with you, Jess.
Yeah, I remember that. It was Venom Unleashed. The ASM Worldwide Volume 7? No. That's a different... That was for a different story.
That was that was probably when I was telling you what to get the that is not oversized of Dan Slott stuff. But Venom Unleashed, there's a paperback titled Venom Unleashed Volume 1 because there's going to be more of these Venom Unleashed one-shots. And there is a one-shot, Web of Venom, Cult of Carnage #1. And that is actually something that does impact the story of Absolute Carnage. And even notes around the book, it's in the omnibus, that say, you know, something happened and there's an editor's note, see Cult of Carnage one-shot.
Oh.
And it's not included, which is silly. I wish that we had caught, like I say we, like the audience and any like potential customers had spotted it before, because we did catch an issue of Venom that was going to be left out, and then Omar talked to David, and David got them to add that back into the book. If we had caught this one as well, we probably could have had them push that in there. So yeah, that is the one.
Wow, good job, Gabe. Or Geekdom. Who did it? Whoever
Gabe.
put that up. Nice. Very nice.
I'm hoping that this stuff gets its own hardcover, because the issues are written by various writers, and so you have like some stuff that's written by Donny Cates, but I think that there's another issue by maybe Mike Costa was in there. I don't remember everyone that writes the stuff, but Cates also comes in to write one based on the Wraith that you might recognize from like the
Annihilation
and stuff like that. And that was a really good issue. And that should be in the second volume of this Venom Unleashed.
So that's what you guys need.
Okay. Excellent.
Bingo.
Sorry to spend people's money.
No, you're not.
No. I might go live for the campfire from a campfire in my yard. Hell yeah, that's very meta. I like it.
Yeah, only if you had like 6 like iPads around the fire, and we could all just log in. like a Zoom like campfire kind of thing.
Well, that's some cool stuff, guys.
All right, you guys ready to get out of here? This is a
I got to
long
bounce.
episode again.
So yeah.
Yeah. Gio, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on my channel, or We Can Geekdom, where I talk about mostly anime and manga, but I like to throw a little comic action here and there. So subscribe if you can. That's a week in Geekdom.
Nice. Ryley Mo, the Omnibus collector, who's on fire with his videos.
Well, I'm a little lukewarm with my fire right now because I'm gone. So I haven't had a new video in about 10 days, but you can find me at the Omnibus Collector on YouTube. And once I am back from this work trip, I will be back on and have my new videos hopefully on schedule Tuesdays for manga videos and Fridays for comic videos.
Nice schedule. Gabe, where can they find you?
Check me out. Gabe Loves 90s Comics on Instagram. That's the best place to find me.
And you can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube, and Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram. So thank you to the chat. We appreciate everybody that watched. We appreciate everybody that chatted. And to those of you who are watching this afterwards, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to InStockTrades.com. We appreciate and love you. And please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. And peace and love. Peace and love.